Hi and welcome to this introductory lesson. In this video we're going to talk about a easy rumba strumming pattern to introduce you to the percussive strumming effects that we can do in flamenco guitar technique. So let's jump right into it. If you haven't seen my video how to strum a guitar with fingers, I highly recommend you go watch that video before continuing on with this lesson. The concepts from that video are going to carry over into the content of this lesson, so I will put a card up here so you can go and watch that one if you haven't seen it yet. If you are ready to begin, let's go ahead and get started. One of the biggest draws to rumba are the percussive effects that we do on the guitar when strumming. So in this video we're going to take a look at the Rumba Catalana, which is a type of rumba that comes from Catalonia. So let's take a closer look at my right hand to see how we can break down this rumba. Let's break this drum down into steps to make it easier to understand. The first part of the strum is we are going to slap the guitar, the top of the guitar. And you can slap it either here or over here. And the interesting thing about this is that you can hear there's a difference in sound. If I hit here, the sound is a little bit higher. If I hit here, the sound is lower. And for percussion, I like to describe that this is the snare drum and this is the bass drum. And we get different sounds here because of how the guitar is made. There's much more wood up here than there is down here. So that's why the sounds are different. So step one is to slap the guitar. With the palm of your hand, just come down on the strings like this. That's step one. The next step is to graze up with the fingers to do an up strum. So we just did our slap on the front of the guitar, then we're going to take the pads of our fingers and graze up. And the speed here is important because if we go too slow, it becomes an arrastre. And I also have a video on the arrastre. If you haven't seen that one, I'll also put a card up here for you. But that's not what we're doing in this video. So we're going to slap and then graze up quickly so it becomes an up strum. Slap and up, slap, up, slap, up, slap, up. To finish the strum, all we're going to do is do a down strum and an up strum, like normal. And again, if you haven't seen my video on how to strum a guitar with fingers, I recommend go watching that one so you understand how I am doing this. So the whole pattern together is slap the guitar, up with the fingers, down with the fingers, up with the thumb. Slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up. And if I count this, it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Because remember, rumba is in 4 time, just like pop music and rock music. And those are the only steps we need to play this Rumba Catalana strumming pattern. So let's take a closer look at my left hand and we'll talk about a chord progression you can use to put this in a musical setting. The first chord we need is a E minor chord, and it's a 2-finger chord. And it looks and sounds like this. So we're going to start with the middle finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the A string for this note. And then the ring finger is going to go to the 2nd fret on the D string for this note. And then all my other strings are open, so the chord will sound like this. And that is E minor. The next chord we need is a variation of a B7 chord. And we're going to play this B7 with 3 fingers instead of 4 fingers. And it's going to look and sound like this. So we have the middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string for this note. Your pointer finger is on the 1st fret of the D string for this note. And finally, your ring finger is on the 2nd fret of the G string for this note. All the other strings are open, so the chord will sound like this. And that is our flamenco style B7 chord. The last chord we need is an A minor chord with 3 fingers. And that chord looks and sounds like this. So you're going to start with your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string for this note. And finally your ring finger is on the 2nd fret of the G string for this note. All the other strings are open, so the chord will sound like this. And that is our flamenco style B7 chord. The last chord we need is an A minor chord with 3 fingers. And that chord looks and sounds like this. So you're going to start with your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string for this note. your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string for this note, and your pointer finger on the 1st fret of the B string for this note. So the chord will sound like this. And that is A minor. So now we know the strumming pattern and the chords involved in this Rumba Catalana. So now let's talk about the actual progression itself. So we're going to start on an E minor chord, and then we're going to go to B7, and then that's going to repeat. We're going to go back to E minor, and back to B7. Next chord, we're going to the A minor, and the harmony changes. And then we're going to go back the way we came. We're going to go E minor, B7, and E minor again. And that's the end of the progression. We're going to do 2 cycles of the strum on each chord for the purpose of this video. So if we start on our E minor chord, we are going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we'll switch chords. So let's take the first half of the progression nice and slow. We're going to go from E minor to B7, E minor to B7, and then we'll stop there. So we have slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, then switch to B7, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, back to E minor, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, and then finally end on your B7, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up. So all together, it's going to sound like this, nice and slow. Stop there for now. Next, we go to the A minor chord and we do the same pattern. So on the A minor, go slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up, slap, up, down, up. And then we go back to E minor, B7, we end on E minor. B7. Your E minor. So let's put everything together nice and slow, starting on E minor. So we have slap, up, down, up, B7, E minor, B7, A minor, E minor, B7, and then end on your E minor chord. And that is the whole rumba. So let me play it for you one more time at full speed so you can really get the sense of how this rumba will work.